Kristen. Good to see you again.
You too.
So we've kind of been talking about some things that you've been dealing with these last few sessions. Do you mind if I review quickly, really?
Yeah, go
That's
ahead.
kind of like
That's
so we can gauge where we're at. We've talked about your anxiety and how it's affecting you,
Yes.
as well as some of the low, empty feelings that you're having in the morning.
Right.
And occasional panic attacks. Does this sound accurate? Okay. We've also touched a little bit about what may be going inside yourself with your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors, as well as maybe some of the events that
Yes.
go along with those thoughts and emotions.
Yes.
Okay. So I asked you this past week, to kind of pay attention to some of your thoughts that may have come up, and when you're feeling anxious, some of those thoughts that maybe you're thinking in the back of your mind or whatnot, or even like right before you're feeling anxious. Were you able to notice anything or keep track of any of your thoughts this past week?
One of the things I noticed is that when I start getting a lot of things that I have to do, I start getting overwhelmed, and then I start getting anxious.
Okay.
And when I have a lot of different things hitting me from people calling me, and they're upset, then it makes me anxious, and just medical too, that I haven't, when I don't feel good, I seem to be more anxious.
Okay, so some of those physical things kind of attribute to feeling anxious as well.
Yeah, definitely.
As some of the, just so many things going on that you feel responsible for, and
yes.
okay.
That I don't feel like I have control over.
Okay. Did you notice, like, when you're kind of, like, let's just kind of go back today, like, maybe what was a recent time that you felt anxious or overwhelmed by so many things?
Well, lately, like, I just got an insulin pump.
Okay.
And the insulin pump was ordered back in November. And my doctor's office had received it like December 9th. And then I went back on November 11th, and he still didn't give me the insulin pump, and part of the order was missing. And it just made me so anxious that I couldn't even deal with it. Like, I just wanted to give up. I didn't even want a new insulin pump anymore. He didn't really give me a reason why. He didn't say, well, I don't think your blood sugars are under control. And it just made me incredibly anxious, where, maybe 20 years ago, I would have got upset about it, and I would have been calling whoever to try to deal with it and take care of the problem. And this time it just made me so anxious that I don't ever want to go back there. I don't want to think about it, talk to him. Like, I've just kind of shut that part, walled it off. Like, I don't want to think about it. And that was kind of a big thing recently.
So what do you think it is about this compared to, you said, like 20 years ago? Do you think it's just like that anxiety level, or what is it about?
Yeah, it's the anxiety level of just feeling too tired and weak to be able to do anything about it, to be able to take action and solve the problem. Instead, I just get really stressed.
So I'm kind of feeling that it's that you're just almost like that energy to deal with it, and so it's just like the backup is maybe to be anxious, because do you think it maybe seems easier than like trying to fight, or maybe not being able to fight because you don't have the energy?
Yeah, it seems scary to have to be able to like confront people about it, and ask them, well, why am I not getting this pump? Like, what have I done wrong?
Yeah.
Like I don't like the confrontation of it. Makes me really anxious.
Makes you really anxious. And what would you say, like 20 years ago, you could deal with it better? Or like
Yeah,
the
20
confrontation?
years ago, I probably would have, called some people and asked the doctor, well, why am I not getting the pump today? I've already waited 2 months for it. It's brand new.
Yeah.
What's the reason? Like, why don't, and it just panicked me so bad that, just kind of sent me back and made me really depressed. And, I'm too tired to battle that kind of stuff anymore. And, it was just depressing. And even when I think about it, I start getting anxious.
Do you just thinking about it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what, like, thoughts that you may be telling yourself, like, about yourself when you're feeling that anxiety? Or
I'm thinking that if I get too upset about it, I'm going to have a panic attack.
okay, so there's some fear of having a panic attack.
Yes. Yeah.
And, so being anxious and maybe like having a panic attack, what do you think that says about you?
But I think it says that I'm weaker and I'm not able to deal with stress like I used to be able to.
Boy.
So that's kind of a big thing right there.
Yeah.
So when we kind of like bring that to the surface, because it's probably like underlining a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Do you think kind of that belief you may have that you're weaker and you're not able to do what you used to do?
Mm-hmm.
So hearing that like on the surface, how does that make you feel?
I've kind of thought that too, what you're saying in my mind, and it makes me feel like I'm old. And I look at other people who right now are like at the height of their careers, like they've kind of built their careers and they're making good money, and I feel like I don't know the word, I feel like I'm like an 80-year-old, like I can't function like I used to, and it's scary to me, and it's incredibly depressing and disappointing that I went through that much school and I was so good at what I did, and all of a sudden it just was taken away with the MS and the, having diabetes for so long, and being in a bad environment at work,
Yeah, that negative environment didn't
really
help.
negative environment just makes you feel worse about yourself.
Yeah.
And so the one thing that I loved more than anything, which was microbiology, I don't feel like I'm good at it
Anymore.
Yeah.
So let's kind of go back a little bit, because you mentioned like some of the positives that you've had, right? Of like you went through schooling,
Mm-hmm.
you were very good at your career, and then some of these things, would you say, out of your control
Yeah.
started happening?
Yeah.
So work started changing, being more negative,
Mm-hmm.
being diagnosed with MS, and then just kind of having diabetes for so long takes that toll on your body.
Yeah.
So those are, some important aspects of your life, and I don't think you want to totally discount those. But maybe that's part of the frustration, is that you're comparing what you are now with what you were then.
It is.
Do you think? And then
Yeah.
people maybe that you're, same age or whatever, are this far, but you kind of got, sidetracked, or
Yeah.
what would you
I just feel like it was
say?
taken away. I just
Taken
feel like,
away, but
if I didn't have these illnesses, that this wouldn't be happening to me. I didn't have diabetes, if I didn't have MS, I
Could
would
stop
still have a great career.
Stop it.